Hello everyone. In this section, we are going to discuss about simple equations. Before discussing in detail about simple equations, let us play a game. Think of any number, okay? So now what you have to do is, you have to add that number with 20. Fine. So you have added that number with 20, right? Now divide this number, divide the whole number which you got after adding with 20, divide this whole number with 5. Okay, so you have got some answer, right? Now what you have to do is you subtract this whole number with 4. Fine, subtracted, right? You got a result. So now what you have to do is you multiply the number which you got with 5. Fine, multiply. Now subtract this number with the number which you have chosen. You will get 0, right? So how did I do this? This is done by simple equations. Now how it has been done? Let me show you. So what I have considered is, I have considered the value which you have chosen as a variable. A variable in the sense, a variable x. Okay, so what I have instructed you is, I have instructed you to add this variable with 20 in the initial case, right? Now what I have said, I have said you to divide this whole number with 5. Fine. Now what I have done after this, we have subtracted this whole number which you got with 4. Fine. And after subtracting it with 4, I have said you to multiply the whole number which you got with 5. Fine. So what number can you get after simplifying this? Can you guess? Yes, you are going to get x. Okay. Now at last I have said you to subtract this whole number with your x and you will result with a value of 0. Let us check how it is possible. See, let me calculate step by step. First I'll solve this bracket, next I'll go with this bracket, and at last I'll go with this bracket and I'll subtract it with x. Whether we'll get 0 or not, let us see. Fine. So x plus 20 divided by 5, when it is subtracted with 4, what you will get? You will get x plus 20 divided by 5 minus, when you take LCM, here it is 1, and if you multiply and divide it with 5, you will get a denominator 5, so that you can subtract the numerator terms. Fine. So 5 4s are 20, right? So what you have got, you will get the value of x by 5. Okay. So finally we have arrived at the value of x by 5. Now this whole value is x by 5. I am writing it as it is, x by 5, and this x by 5, when it is multiplied with 5, when this whole term, when it is multiplied with 5, what you will get? The numerator and the denominator gets cancelled and you will be left with x, right? And this whole term which you got is now, it is x. When it is subtracted with x, you will result in 0. This equation, this is said to be a simple equation, where a simple equation is a combination of variables and constants, and there will be an equality symbol. X plus 5 is equal to 0, for example. X minus 10 is equal to 10, for example. 20 minus x is equal to 30. So these all are said to be the examples of simple equations. Now how can we solve this? How can we understand these simple equations? See, if you observe, there is an equality sign. There is an equality sign for this kind of equation. And here, this is said to be a variable. This is said to be a constant. And the number, the constant value which lies in front of x, here in this case it is 1 into x, right? So this one is said to be the coefficient of the variable x. So here if you observe, a simple equation is a combination of coefficient with its variable and the sum of constants, and there is an equality symbol. So this is said to be a simple equation. And from this simple equation, here whatever part which lies to the left side of this equation, of this equality, then this part is said to be the left hand side or LHS. And whatever value which lies to the right side of the equality, this value is said to be the right hand side value. Okay, RHS. So this is LHS and this is RHS. What you have to analyze from this is, you have to always remember that this quantity, whatever the amount of quantity here which is present, this is always equivalent to the quantity which is present at the right hand side. This is a very important note which you have to remember. If there is an equality, it is a case that the left hand side quantity is always equivalent to the right hand side.